All right, everybody. Welcome to Splash League Season 19. I believe this is actually one of the final matches of the season where we have Cepherus facing off against Trash Moth. And this is a particularly spicy matchup, as I believe there's some anxiety on Trash Moth's side, as I believe he is 0-2 into Cepherus overall, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I'd be scared because this is a little bit of a battle here. Just looking at the team differences, because we have that Archdalodon, which just looks really, really good into his team, but also several other things like the Cyril Edge and the Latios that just kind of tear through parts of that team. So if I was Trash Moth, I'd be a little scared as well.
So it's interesting because I'm actually surprised to see Sarah Ledge here. During our practice, I just didn't think that Sarah Ledge was great. It just felt like there were too many things to take it down. But Cepherus has it. So I'm interested to see if it actually makes an appearance. But everything else that has been that's made an appearance was a part of the prep. So I'm really hoping the prep pays off.
I think.
Yeah. Talking about leads, what are we thinking here? Of course, you have on Trash Moth's team, you have the Noivern there, able to set up the Tailwind. Go ahead. You can also try to redirect with Blastoise. You do have Archdalodon and the Mouse hold possible population bomb. So there's mons that I could see Trash Moth bringing.
Yeah. And then another for Cepherus is just the obvious, like, Tailwind, turn one Gale Wings, Tailwind, to just speed up the team.
Fast rain setter, so you didn't have to bring Politoed as well, because Talonflame actually gets Rain Dance.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. So we'll see if Cepherus decides to shake things up a little bit and go kind of non-standard to throw Trash Moth off. If we're good, we can let these guys beat on each other a little bit.
Just bring the mouse over here.
Now it starts.
I had the TV muted.
Alrighty, let's see what they decide. We do see that.
Interesting. So Serena and the Archdalodon. I am interested to see what happens here. I have a feeling that Serena's purpose, well, doubly so now, she has a secondary purpose now, but preventing that fake out, that did loads. Oh.
Loaded dice.
Wow.
Seed. Ooh, probably to hit into that Archdalodon, but also to double into to stop the follow me and punish them.
That's a pretty good punish. That's a pretty good punish, but we do see Trick Room go up here and the Breloom comes out. As far as speed is concerned, as long as Trash Moth is min speed, he's actually coming in under both of these Pokemon.
Let me see. Switch. A belly. This is a physical. Interesting.
Oh, man. This loaded dice is putting in so much work. And I believe Slowbro will go down to the Shadow Sneak here. This was a very, very one-sided game. Very one-sided.
Yeah, that snarl in the beginning, taking up a little bit of energy, having that
Yeah.
Surlet in the back, ready to go. Probably didn't see that coming, that Shadow Sneak going
Yeah.
through that belly drum, ending up biting him in the back there. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
game one, but now I feel like Trashmouth got a lot of information out
He
of
got
that.
a wealth of information from that. So let's see if he can capitalize.
What's Alex
Mike
gonna
Cat
do?
making a guest appearance in this episode.
Nice. Well,
Do we think that there's going to be a change up in the leads here? Do we think that Jack's going to go through and lead off again with that Serena?
so one thing I've noticed is that depending on the lead and how commanding it is in the previous game, players tend to kind of lean back into it, depending on obviously how commanding it was. I think that for Trash Moth, there's a definite change in lead.
Yeah, there's
We see a slight variation in lead, and the Serena. Okay, so each person kept one. I am interested to see what this looks like. It's very dangerous here for Blastoise because Serena has 2 coverage moves. So it's a matter of, it's a guessing game for both players here.
There is a Terra.
Interesting. There's a shift gear.
Yeah,
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so no follow me here. And I don't know if Blastoise has any moves that aren't just straight attacking moves. So this might cause a swap. The issue is Talonflame did not take any damage, which means Gale Wing is still active. So even with the double speed from shift gears, Tailwind
still comes up. I'm pretty sure this thing is faster. It's the fact that you have Terra Blast right in front of this thing. You also have Flame itself, which is going to hit really hard on that fire side. Blastoise not being able to follow me, protect it. We do see a protect come out. There's that Tailwind.
So this
pretty much is.
This seems very dangerous for Trash Moth here. I know that he has the boost from the shift gear, but I think that when it comes to a tempo play, I think sometimes it's best to just swap. Wow. These taunts are just
debilitating.
Yeah, like these taunts are, I mean,
game 1 went by so fast. Game 3 feels like it's going so slow. There we go. We see that triple axle there. Serena taking some damage. And then a good call on Jack's side to go ahead and switch out that Talonflame, save it. So if it needs to set up a Tailwind again in the back.
Right now, I think even though Talonflame set up Tailwind and has the pressure from taunt, the pressure from, you know, a +1 Brave Bird or really fast Flare Blitz, I do think Serena is the problem here, just simply because the loaded dice is doing the finest work right now. Okay, we've got some action. It is currently 1-1. Here comes the Talonflame again. So the question becomes,
I think that's a Brave Bird. That's an easy Brave Bird. You just have that protect in front. You can't Terra unless he's switching back out. into the Genesect, but even then, you also have possible Flare Blitz. Nope, taunt. Never mind. Just taunt. Only taunt.
I am. Wow, that did loads. Okay, so
Interesting turn. I think it was
very, very interesting turn. So I believe that was a little bit of a misplay for Jack. It is a guessing game into the it's a guessing game into the Breloom slot, but okay. So Necrozma is very scary. A +1 boosted Necrozma is also very scary. So
very scary.
yeah, so
Man, this Latios is not going to be able to do any damage to that thing. We know that he has Genesect in the back as well. Probably. I don't know its moves because we've only seen the Protect and the Shift Gear, but it's probably going to hit into this Duraludon really, really hard.
I agree.
That Earth Power is going to hit into it really, really hard. I think this is looking much better for Trash Moth. I think that last turn with the taunt, unless this flame is just not running any attacking moves because it has Feint, it has taunt, tailwind, and Feint. That's it so far that we've seen.
If this goes to a game 3, the fact that Talonflame has 3 non-attacking moves could change everything. Because I fully expected a Flare Blitz into the Breloom slot because it just annihilates whatever comes in after that. Not having that happen, interesting target choice there. I figured the Duraludon would be the obvious choice there, especially since you don't have your. I think I see what's happening here. Getting rid of the. Whoa! That did loads. Oh!
Physical Duraludon has that sturdy, stamina ability. Are we going to see it here?
Are we going to go for the flinch out?
Oh
no.
Charging. This
is a very unfortunate situation. Interesting. Going for it.
What's it? It has Draco Meteor. At this point, Draco Meteor
is just free.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think this game might be over. No way. I mean, he could do it. Does he?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Not targeting into the Archaludon there ended up coming back and biting him in the.
Yeah, I believe the Archaludon spot was the best place there, because Latios, I'm sorry, Latios is walled by the Necrozma. It's walled by the Necrozma, and at any point, Genesect can press Leash Life, which is Stab, and one shot the Latios to get it ready to help Necrozma deal with Archaludon. Just a little bit of target or threat assessment mishap
right there at the end, man. Let's see. Do we get either one of them in here afterwards? Let's go ahead and let's add them.
And then he has to tie it back up, second.
It's not Micaiah, it's Drathion and Sylvain in the chat.
Hey, Ben.
Hello.
Got one of them.
We do have one of them, and we will have another shortly.
Oh yeah.
There's the other.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Hello, everybody.
Hell yes.
Great
Jack.
games.
Oh, yep. Good games.
Yes,
Jack, I need to
yes,
know
great games.
what that last move on Talonflame was.
Yes, we have to know.
What did I show?
Taunt, Tailwind, and Feint.
It was Hurricane.
Interesting.
It was never shown, but I was running Rain Dance Latias.
Mm.
I didn't bring Politoed because he kind of felt like dead weight, and you had Lipard if you wanted to like prankster change the weather on me. So I was like, I feel like Politoed doesn't do great. So why not just run manual rain on Latias, which was my original plan if I didn't get either of my drizzle setters.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
whenever I made those changes to my teams, I told you I wasn't going to pick anything specifically just to counter you. When I realized that Lipard had the weather stuff, I I made a point not to run it just so I didn't come off as a dick. If I did like, oh yeah, don't worry, I won't take anything that's going to counter you, and come in with Prankster Sunny Day or some shit like that. So it's,
And that's so sweet, but also not necessary. You
No,
literally, dude, for the people, Alex reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, I'm going to be making some free agency moves. I promise it's not a specific thing." And I was like, "King, you do your thing. I understand."
either
Love that.
way
Love
though,
that.
I thought the set that I had, the slow bro set obviously didn't work out. But as soon as I saw Cerulege, that was one I'd almost entirely forgot about. I was like, yeah, that's probably gonna throw a wrench in some things. I was more worried about Snatch on Talonflame, because that's one that can be an issue for me. And obviously, God, what's that Pokemon's name even? The grass.
Oh, Serena.
Yes, yeah, that one is a tough one for me to get around. I didn't expect Bullet Seed. I knew I could live
Yes.
Power Whip, but not Bullet
Yes.
Seed. That's
We were very shocked to see the loaded dice Bullet Seed.
Yeah, it was a last minute addition. I prepped with Turtle like an hour or so ago, and I had Politoed because I was like, maybe I'll do like I really wanted to run Electroshot, obviously, as shown in those games. But eventually, through practicing with him, I was like, Politoed blows, so we'll just keep it as the manual Rain Dance. And then we thought that Serena looked really good because it stopped extreme speed and fake out, and she's been like shitting the bed with Power Whip recently. So I was like, let's run because Bullet Seed plus Triple Axle like takes out a lot of your dudes. So I
yeah,
was
it
like,
does.
it has really good synergy with loaded dice. And then she was Terra Fire because I thought that was pretty good into the bug and the fire moves that were gonna likely hit her. And then I was like, I'll just like Terra Blast on there too to deal with Genesect if it comes down to it. But then Blastoise definitely put a damper on that.
Well, the Triple Axle definitely got around my. I knew Terra Dragon was going to be a little bit of a risk because of Draco Meteor, but I thought it would at least to buy me one turn in most of my setups. I didn't expect you did a really good job reading my Necrozma setups, and even I didn't even think about Breloom getting taunted out of Spore. That was that was pretty unfortunate too on my end.
I run Taunt a lot to deal with Spore. I think because most Spore users are pretty slow, and like a ton of really quick Pokemon get Taunt. It's just such a good way, and you don't really like want to put a mental herb on your Spore user usually.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I expected. I had Sash on Breloom. I don't even think it even came up.
It did not.
But yeah, I had Sash on Breloom because I expected you to just try to punk it out with Talonflame. But no, I didn't think about Taunt. That was good.
I definitely expected. Well, like I was thinking in that moment in game 2, I was like, this thing is probably Sash. Like I could kill it if I hit Hurricane, but might as well go ahead and hedge my bets and just click Taunt so that he can't put me to sleep. So there was a turn I'm really curious about. I really had to think very hard on the turn. It's on
Which
turn
game?
8 of game 2.
Okay.
I clicked so we're sitting there. Neither of us have Terra, and I've got Archaludon and Latias out there. Did you have close combat on Breloom?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. What were you clicking that turn?
I was going to. So I knew when it came down to just because Genesect was physical, I didn't want to build too much physical defense up on your Archaludon, and I was taunted. So Breloom was kind of a dead, not doing too much for me either way there. But I didn't want to switch into Genesect and switch into a fire move.
Mm-hmm.
So with Breloom's attack stat, even though it was resisted, I was going to try to Bullet Seed Latias there. I figured that was just the best thing that I could do, unfortunately.
We actually, here in the commentator's booth, we actually expected on that turn 8, because that was actually a very pivotal turn. We actually fully expected a Mach Punch into an Earth Power on the bridge, sacking off the Breloom, bringing in the Genesect, which obviously hypothetically would allow for Archaludon to go down the following turn, and Latias has to try to survive by itself against two people who sort of resist its one move that it used. I don't know what the other moves were, but with the moves that we did see,
yeah, that probably would have been better. I was just thinking as soon as Genesect got out, if Latias was still up, then it was just going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very surprised to see it live the hit. It lived at
a pretty decent amount too, I thought.
It took 74%. It took 74% from that mystical fire.
Yeah, he was pretty bulky. I was pretty reliably and prep able to set up shift gear on Genesect, and so I was able to build it just bulky and offensively. Was your special attack very high?
I actually was I was full speed, and then I was like 50-50 HP and defense.
Okay,
so
that's what I expected.
That final standoff was really funny. I think that without Life Orb recoil, I think there was a very real possibility that you flinched me out.
I was thinking
I was going off because I was like, is he gonna do it? No way. He just flinches him out. And then he got the first flinch, and I was like, it's happening. I think it might be happening. It might be happening. These were good games, though. These were very good games.
I wish that I'd gotten a game 3 out of them. I feel like that Slowbro set was very fun in prep. I did not consider I did not consider. Yeah, Cerulege was a little hard for that one.
Yeah, we did not use Cerulege in prep because we felt like it felt kind of dead into like what is it, techno boost, earth power, like it just felt so dead into all of these different things. So I was very shocked to see Cerulege in the lineup, and then even more shocked in game 1 to see it actually made an appearance.
He was pretty good into Genesect and Necrozma, and then Slowbro and Breloom.
Breloom too.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have thought about it. I've historically had issues with Ghost Fire with this team because Blacephalon messed me up pretty bad too.
I don't blame you for not remembering Cerulege because he kind of blows. So, like using him this season, he just hasn't been able to really get rolling. I think like maybe I've started using Swords Dance on him more recently, and I think that might be the angle with him. He just gets very strong with a Swords Dance. Yeah. But he just hasn't really put in a ton of work this season for me. So glad to see that he did at least a little something.
Yeah, he did today.
That was a really good call from you to put Covert Cloak on Necrozma. I even saw it game 1 and then still clicked Mystical Fire into it like an idiot.
I expected Snarls was because that's just such a good move, and it slows down Necrozma a lot otherwise.
Mm-hmm. You expected it on Archaludon? I thought I was being really sneaky with that one.
You ran it on him before, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? That's funny.
There was one other. Well, I guess I shouldn't say too much because I might still do it. I had a few tricks that follow me on the mouse. I was trying to build around that a lot because that messed up a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do.
I saw a lot of the Terra Ghosts, and I was like, that feels specifically to fuck over Mousehold.
I was very worried about Mousehold. Yeah,
Dude, he's really great because he just blows things up. But like, if anything is faster than him, if anything has Intimidate, or if you run Terra Ghost, he kind of just gets hung out to dry. He's very
you
linear.
kind of paved the way for that when I believe it was last week. It was either last week or the week before where you did Dragon Cheer Pop Bomb. Yeah, you kind of paved the way for the Terra Ghost and all of that, because I was like, there's no shot we're gonna allow that. No. Well, great games, guys. I think both of you are still locked in for playoffs, so I'm looking forward to seeing both of you do great things in playoffs.
Thanks, guys. Really
James,
good
do
game.
you have anything?
No, those were fun matches. Always fun to watch you guys play. So I'm excited. Playoffs are, right around the corner.
Indeed, they are.
I think it's going to be a good one this season.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
See you there, Alex.
All right, see you there, man. Maybe we'll get a rematch.
That would be so sick.
That would be cool. Hey,
All right.
enjoy the return. It's good stuff.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm hopping off immediately to go eat dinner and watch Twin Peaks.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well,
See you
thank you
guys.
for joining us here at Splash League Season 19, Cepherus versus Trash Moth.